So for the next part of the car, what we need to do is we need to make the nose cone that's going to come down over here. So to start off with that, what we're going to do is start a 2D sketch on this surface here. Alright, now we need to project the geometry. So to do that, we're going to go to create down here and click. Then go to project and include, and then go over to project here. Okay, so we're just going to click on this shape. Alright, and that should be selected, then press OK. Alright, and you should see this purple line appear with some dots there. So once that's done, you're going to press Finish Sketch. Just click on the corner here. Alright, so that's done. Now, the next thing we need to do is offset a plane that's going to come out over here somewhere. So we can make the other sketch that we want this shape to loft over to. So to do that, we're going to go to Offset Plane, which is that one. And we're going to select this surface again. Alright, if I grab that arrow and I start dragging it, I can choose where I want that loft to end. So obviously if you're testing your car and you want to try different types of lofts, like a longer loft all the way to the front or a shorter loft, that's completely up to you. So yeah, that's basically how you're going to do it. But for this purpose, I want you to type in 90 and then press enter. Alright, so you got a plane here. So we want to start a sketch. So go create sketch and select that plane that we've just created. Alright, and then what you're going to do is you're going to slice the body so you can see where you're about to do your sketch. So yours may be closed like this. So you may have to go to the sketch palette and then click on the arrow here to show it. And then where it says slice, just tick that. And now it's sliced the body off. So I'll just show you what that looks like now. Okay, so you can see how it sliced the body. So if I untick that again, the rest of the body comes up. So wherever you put that plane, is where obviously it's going to cut. So we'll go slice again. I'll return back to my original view. Awesome. Alright, now to start this off, we're going to go to project geometry again, which is here. You're going to go down to project, click on this one. And we're going to project this line here. Okay, because we're going to build our shape from that line. So once that's done, press OK. Alright, and then you're going to go to the line tool. And we're basically going to create the shape that's up here. Okay, so just in a random spot, doesn't matter where you start. Alright, we'll start about here. We'll go down. Alright, we might make this one 5mm. Press enter. Okay, and then we're going to get a line again, go from here across this way. We'll make this one 2.5mm. Alright, use the line again. We're going to go from that point up. We'll do this one 2.4. Enter. Okay, and now we need to join these two together. So we're going to do that with an arc. So we're going to go to create over here, go to the arc tool, and we're going to use the 3-point arc. Alright, so we're going to start from this point here. I'm just going to zoom in a little bit so you can see a bit better. So we've done from here, across to here, and up. Now we want to select on this point. So from here to here. And when I move my cursor, I can now create that arc. So I want to keep bringing it in until, see how that dot here has just turned blue. So I'm going to try that again. So there's nothing, and then all of a sudden it turns blue, which is a tangent symbol that's appearing. So what that means is when I click, all right, see the tangent symbol there? What it's saying is basically this line is at a perfect point of where the arch is going to be. All right, so it's one continuous line. Okay, so if I did an arc before that wasn't tangent, all right, there would be like a little point that would appear there. Okay, so it wouldn't be a perfect arch. All right, so now that we have the shape that we need, we are going to finish the sketch. And I'm going to click on this corner of the box here. All right, so what we need to do now is to create a loft that's going to go from this shape down to this shape that we just made. All right, now to do that, we're going to go to modify. Oops, sorry, I think it's in create. Let's try that again. Here we are. So in create, you're going to go to loft. All right, and we need to select the profiles that we want to loft. So like I said before, we obviously want this shape here. And then we want this shape down here. Now, it does get a little bit tricky, so you may need to zoom in a fair bit. And you may need to move your cursor around a fair bit until you find the spot where it actually wants to select it. So you might have to zoom in even a little bit more. There you go. Alright, so it is a bit tricky. You may have to zoom in and just move your cursor very slightly until you find that shape that lights up. Alright, but when you do, just click on it. And when I zoom out, you'll see now it's joining this shape to that shape. So there's a couple of things that we can do to that. So at the moment, we're going to go to, alright, so if you scroll down, alright, at the moment it's in cut. We want to change that to join. So at the moment it's cutting into the body, alright, but we want it to make some material obviously in that space. So if we're going to go join, alright, I'm just going to spin my model around so you can see what that looks like. Okay, so now we can see it's going straight from this point all the way down to that point. Alright, so what we can do with that is we can actually change the shape of that loft as well. So aerodynamically, obviously, you probably want to play around with this and test different shapes to see obviously what gives you a better result. Alright, to do this, we're going to go here where it says connected, and then you can choose a direction. So click on that. So automatically it's already changed it to a different shape, but we can play around with this. So I can grab this arrow and I can drag it forward and back, so you can see that's obviously changing the shape quite a bit. So I might leave it there for now. And then I can change this too. Alright, so we can change sort of the angle of that. Alright, so obviously depending on what you want to achieve with this. Okay, I might just leave it sort of straight at the moment. I can do the same for the second profile as well, so you can really achieve different results here. So here we go, direction. Okay, and now you can see obviously it's sort of dipping in a bit more, which is not a bad thing. Alright, same thing, I can grab the arrow and I can change that, so I'm getting a different shape again. Alright, I can change this as well. Alright, so if obviously you go too far, you're going to cause some issues as well, but yeah, there is some room for you to sort of play around with that if needed. Okay, let's say I'm happy with that design. Alright, that's fine, I can just go okay. It's perfectly okay if your nose cone does not look like that. Alright, I'm perfectly happy with everyone to have a different nose cone, so I don't want anyone to freak out if it's not exactly what I've got on my screen. Alright, that doesn't actually matter. So for this video, that's all you need to know, just how to get that nose cone up and running. In the next video, we're going to work out how to do the axle holes.